You know, some flavors, they just go together, and these companions are somewhat uncommon, but we say outstanding. We're serving creamy polenta with asparagus and prosciutto. Becky Low with the Dairy Farmers of Utah and Idaho is bringing us this amazing seasonal side dish. I guess with the ham, this could kind of be a smaller scale dinner, but I love polenta.
You are just going to absolutely love this dish then, especially if you like asparagus.
I do.
Now I have to say, you know I don't like onions.
Right.
And when I first heard about this dish, it has spring onions in it, which are just a mild version of green onions, and garlic, and then the prosciutto, and I thought, okay, I'll give it a try because it has asparagus in it and it has polenta. Oh my goodness, I really like this dish.
You describe it as a personal favorite.
It is.
Yeah?
It has become a personal favorite. I wish it was mine to begin with, but it's not. It's Mary McDeGroot. She's a ballerina turned chef, now married to a dairy farmer in Idaho.
What an interesting path.
Yeah, so kind of a fun thing. So this was her recipe, and I just really like this recipe.
Thanks to Mary for sharing and Becky for bringing it to our kitchen. What do you have going already?
Okay, let's start with the polenta. Just talk about a couple of tips that help with that.
Yeah, please.
Okay, we want it creamy. You mentioned creamy, so we're using equal parts of milk, whole milk, and chicken stock. I like the stock rather than the broth, a little bit less salt, and then I can control it. And then a little bit of cream to it,
now, Becky,
which I have right here.
People may not know, I don't know, what polenta is. How does it compare to, say, cornmeal?
Oh, good point. Polenta is more the dish rather than the ingredient.
Oh.
And so it's a coarse ground corn.
Okay.
So cornmeal is very fine. And with the corn grits or the polenta, then it's more coarse. And so this is what we're making right here.
Okay.
Okay, so we bring this hot to a boil.
I fed it to Emmy not too long ago, and she goes, "I love these mashed potatoes." I mean, kind of a similar consistency, right?
It is. And they're just good. Okay, one trick is you want to put this in slow and whisk it while it's going in.
Okay.
Okay, and then that becomes too thick for the whisk, and so just trade off to a spoon.
And how do we know when it's done?
Oh, good point. You were just right on cue. Let's move this off to the side and bring this one over. Okay, so I've been cooking this one.
This is how we wish we could cook in our own kitchen. Just reach over and it's done.
And it's done. So now it's thick. Okay, and at this point you also want to add some salt, some pepper, you know, to taste.
Because it's pretty bland.
Yeah. Oh, but you know, with that cream in there and the milk, and because bland goes well with the other flavors, then it is delightful.
It works.
All right, so that's it. Oh, one other thing we want to add to that. Just before we're ready to serve, we want to add some mascarpone cheese.
Oh.
Okay, and we'll just fold that in.
Here comes some Flava Flav.
Yeah, I love this. And this is basically a fancy cream cheese. You could substitute the cream, although the cream cheese has a tendency to make it a little bit stickier. Okay, so I like the mascarpone. Okay, we'll fold that in. We'll keep that warm for just a minute. And another tip is that when this is cooking, it does have a tendency to pop, so I like to stick the lid on to not burn me.
Good tip, good tip.
Okay, now the asparagus and getting to, all right, the onions. So I have some butter here.
Other than that, she has no strong opinions about them.
No, but I tell you, this is one that I like. Okay, the spring onions or the green onions, we'll put those into the butter with about 3 to 4 slices of prosciutto. And some garlic. Just some thinly sliced garlic. And there's our tongs.
So you described this as a spring onion, different than a green onion.
Yeah. Okay, so a spring onion is just a young, immature onion that doesn't have the bulb yet.
Okay.
So they're milder in taste. You can substitute the green onions if you want. Sometimes we call green onions scallions.
I was going to ask, where do scallions fit in that definition?
They're in that same thing.
Okay.
Okay, so you can substitute all of those, and we want to cook them until they start to caramelize.
Ooh, the flavors are amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
So here it is. We've got this ready to go. We want to put our asparagus, and all I did was just blanch this so that we can keep a nice green color with it.
Good asparagus. Look at those thick stems.
Oh my goodness, I love asparagus.
'Tis the season.
Okay, now we also want to add a little bit of flavor to this. And so what we're going to do is the zest and juice
Can I
from
back
one
you up,
lemon.
Becky, for 1 second? You said blanched asparagus to keep it green. Is that just literally like a quick flash hot bath, or how long are we blanching?
So we're putting it into boiling water for about 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
So yeah, because it is going to cook a little bit more as it heats through right here. But if you immediately take it from that boiling water and put it into some cold ice water, then that keeps that nice brilliant color.
Thank you. Lemon goes on.
Yep. Okay, then the next thing is we also need to add a little bit of lemon juice to this.
Okay.
You know, my mouth is watering already.
Yours and mine
I'm going to
both.
pull this up, the heat up just a little bit. It's kind of cooled down. So we want to sizzle that for just a minute. You know, if you were fancy like Mary Mac, then you would flip the pan. I'm not a flipper.
I tried that once in the comfort of my own kitchen, never to be tried again.
And it would be all over.
Yeah. Mary Mac, we'll leave that to you, our dear friend.
Yep. Okay, so let's put this together.
You need this dish?
Yep, I'm going to just step right over here. Here's our polenta. Oh, I love this. You could put it into individual bowls or into one serving bowl like I have here and also on display.
And I feel like this is kid-friendly because of the smoother texture. It's something they can relate to, you know, palatable like a yogurt or mashed potatoes.
Yep, exactly. Okay, and this hasn't quite sizzled enough. We want to sizzle that.
But we
maybe
top
just
it off
a touch.
like so.
Yeah, we'll just simply put that asparagus right into the middle of it.
Becky.
This is just, you know, so not only is it delicious, but it's pretty.
Yeah. Have we told you lately that we love you? We do. Becky, thank you so much for bringing this goodness to our dinner table each and every week. You can dial up, thank you, Becky. You can dial up this recipe on our website, studio5.ksl.com. Just click there on the recipe tab at the top of your screen. You can also, we get asked all the time, how can I find a specific recipe on your site? Access the search bar in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. You can search by food topic or also by contributor name. So hopefully we're making it easy for you to access all of these yummy recipes that we share each day here in the Studio 5 kitchen.